Welcome to this first episode of Penspinning Podcast. Today I'm with World Tournament 19 finalist, World Cup 18 winner, and Brazil Cup winner, DarkT.
Hey, how's it going?
Yeah, really good. I was thinking, let's start with this World Cup. How would you compare it to this before? Yeah, this stuff.
How would I compare to what?
To previous World Cups, like what have changed because it has evolved a lot.
Oh yeah,
And I wasn't around, you are, so
yeah. I wasn't around for the organizing of other World Cups either. It's like I was, I, I watched the videos when they came out. I was already 1 year into Penspinning when World Cup 12 happened, and I guess that's like one of the ones where I have more memories from. With the doubles from Fel, Ivabra and Giselle, the battle in the finals where Isaac battled Fel. Yeah, it was a pretty good one from what I recall. I'd say it was better than the 14th edition,
okay.
and certainly better than because like Team World Cup is different from other regular
Yeah,
World
it's
Cup.
quite different. I mean, now it's more balanced. In 2018, you could basically have a rainbow team from 5 different communities.
Yeah, that's right. And like, which is what happened with me, Pixels, Oye, and the other guys.
Yeah.
But like back in the day, you were like kind of stuck to a certain community. So you had like OP teams like FPSB, UPSB, and Jab like dominating over everyone else.
Yeah.
And the Thailand community back in the day was really strong too. So I guess that's like the biggest difference, because like themes wise, it didn't change much.
I mean, two hands theme in previous World Tournaments. I mean, World Cups.
Two hand team?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't called two hands, like if I were to say like what changed the most is criteria, because like we developed
Yeah.
the understanding and the writing for the rule books. But for example, like you had the artistic theme back in the day, and it's usually where people
artistic
would
was
use,
this two hand stuff.
yeah, where people would do like things like snow or mingu. Usually meant two hands. There was a theme back in the day too, which was like really kind of out of nowhere, with like spinless theme, and you had like a bunch of combos with like the less you spin the mod, better, I guess. Yeah. So
what is it, like counters or something stall stuff?
Yeah, no, because that those things weren't really around back then, So it was like it's hard to describe, But like there's a video from by Mai somewhere, and it's like it's kind of artistic and two hands, but it's more like flair visually, like performance really, other than a combo per se. So like they abuse like using the mod like in the table, like to spin and etc.
Yeah, okay, like this, just interacting with tables.
Yeah.
Like Manoa had this World Tournament 15 semi-final combo.
I'm not sure if that's like a good comparison, but I guess it's somewhat similar.
Okay, so just rolling on a table.
And then you had like nowadays we kind of got the power theme and like complexity stuff.
Complexity style is like, what does this even mean?
Yeah, we used to call that like that particular category like technical back in the day. And then you had technical, artistical.
Makes more sense than complexity.
Yeah, technical, artistical, and like, well, the other themes are like the duels, which are still around.
Yeah,
which for me is like
the best part of this.
Yeah, best part of this. Yeah, that's what I was about to say. So, like I mentioned before, Ivabra
Like
and
Hal Manoa duo,
Giselle.
I watched this.
Meno and How, yeah, that one's really crazy. Or Meno and Ozone, or even in Team World Cup 18 where you had like Pixels and Oh Yeah, that one was kind of memorable as well.
Yeah. Yes, that was sick. And there was another one, I guess you and Pixels?
Yeah, me and Pixels too, but like
Yeah, it was pretty
him
good
and
as
Oh
well.
Yeah are better, yeah.
Him and Olia were just a lethal combination.
There's also like which I'm not sure if there's like this year. I know we have things like Power. Man, we
Yeah.
also like didn't have this distinction between technical and power back in the day because like Isaac hadn't made this big breakthrough yet. So
Yeah, but I mean, technical is way different from power.
yeah, exactly.
Because
Even though
technical is everything that is based on breakdown more than execution. And that has smart original breakdown. You get me?
yeah, that makes sense. Because that kind of thinking wasn't really around back then. You had people like Fel, and he eventually won this thing.
Yeah.
Because we still like his stuff kind of still revolutionary, even
Yeah,
8 years
he
after.
revolutionized all this density thing.
We still don't kind of understand. So like in a sense, it made sense to have that separation, but nowadays we don't really have it, because like we didn't keep technical. We just like the concept evolved and eventually branched out to different things like
Yeah.
complexity, power.
I mean, technical still could be a thing. Just that I think complexity is meme for me and I don't understand it. And that I guess that's what technical was meant to be.
Well, I think that like when it came around, like thinking back, it's hard to analyze because unless you were there and part of the regulations.
Oh yeah, maybe.
Committee.
Yeah, like.
But like from what you can understand by seeing the combos, it's like, yeah, this is supposed to be like the World Tournament theme inside World Cup. Make the best combo you can possibly make to battle.
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, okay, true. Because World Tournament is a technical tournament, so I mean it is meant to find the best spinner, but I'd say that those criteria are suited for technical spinning, and people who just focus on their breakdown have a huge advantage.
Yeah, of course, even back in the day, like if you watch the finals, the battle between Isaac and Fel, Fel has his very distinct style, and Isaac was like, he wasn't like how can I say? He wasn't relying on power, He also had that thing you mentioned, like the smart and interesting breakdown. So you see, like, it has this parallel with World Tournament, and I don't know. I think that thing kind of lost, because it's important to like space out these kinds of tournaments for development, So I don't think World Cup is like a serious competition as World Tournament is, and it's not supposed to be. I think it's more about
because I mean it's more about fun.
Yeah, it's more about like I don't know the word for this, like heating up the community maybe and make people like post videos and
just
get
making
interested
it alive, making more people come.
In a certain way, also to promote the practice,
Yeah, but also I'd say it's about showing different stuff, showing something original, not necessarily the best technical combo.
Yeah, that's true for sure. Or even like smart transitions in the duels, which are one of the things I'm looking forward to the most this year. Kind of sad I didn't get to join, but I think it'll be for the best too, because I think I'd rather join the Olympics on this one.
Yeah, Penspinning Olympics. I'm waiting for your stuff.
My community also didn't like. They kind of lost interest. They were interested when I said, "Hey,
Oh,
World Cup's about to start." But like, we also have the the Brazilian tournament happening right now.
oh yeah,
So
I saw it. I saw
yeah,
some stuff. Like Lucas was there.
yeah, Luskas, Ender, Milius,
Oh,
they all
and
participating
they're strong.
in there.
Rod
Yeah,
strong,
there's
Mira
also
strong.
Mirek, which is the oldest
Oh
spin
yeah,
spinner
legend.
in Brazil. He also joined. I didn't join this time. Like, uh,
Why though?
let's give other people a chance too.
I mean that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair because more people will join if they have some chance.
No, this happened back in the day too. Cause like Mirek told me, yeah. Cause like back when I when I participated in the tournaments as well, I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna join because let's leave it to someone else. And I've noticed like it's really more balanced this year. Like I can't say for
Like
sure
you're
someone will
just
win.
instant
You
winning
know,
with anyone.
I mean it's not like that. Because like I tend to say to these guys, like you guys are already on my level. It's not like I'm some kind of unreachable god or something. I'm not that good
I
even
mean, are they?
amongst the others. No, because like that's the thing. Uh, with the skill they have, if they had like proper insight on combo structure and visual effect
Oh
and
yeah,
whatnot,
yeah,
they would be able to make a combo. You know, that could
yeah.
beat
Like this theoretical stuff.
most people. I think that's something that lacks also in the general pen spinning level, if I were to say, because people that they get like so stuck in the Twisted Sonic and pass spam, they like kind of forget you don't really need tutorials to learn to do linkages, you know, you just need creativity and a couple
Yeah, I
tries, you
mean,
know.
not only creativity, just I'd say it's more about this theoretical stuff, like how to structure a combo, this thought process behind the combo.
Yeah, that as well.
You have to be mindful about your breakdowns.
It's like writing an essay, you know.
Yeah, I
Like
mean,
some,
even more complex.
yeah, you
'Cause you
have
have
to
to
be.
change the.
Yeah, I mean, in the sense where there's like a message you're supposed to
Oh yeah,
convey.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, sure.
that's what you're
And you
supposed to.
change stuff so much, and you just need like that is this linkage what I really need in this place.
Yeah, exactly. Like, can't I remove this and add
Yeah,
something else that's more interesting?
yeah, true. Actually,
The,
like, what do you focus on while making your links when you are making your stuff?
yeah, I don't know, man. Because, like, as I said before, I think my experience comes from solely a lot of time, you know? And then, like, experimenting. Oh, I don't think this looks good
Yeah,
on camera. Maybe I'll change it. Or, yeah, uh, this linkage into this linkage leads into nice visual effect. It's not necessarily hard, but like if someone watching it thinks it's hard, then fine by me, you know.
oh, I see. Yeah, okay. Just giving this impression that it fits so well that it must be hard.
Yeah, I think Manoa comes to mind when thinking about like this kind of stuff. I think he's someone that's like, yeah, of course, like I can't like uh be certain of this, but I think he's someone that's very mindful of his the effect he wants to convey, you know, when he
Oh, yeah.
from his World Tournament combos or even his World Cup combos, you know, we have a lot to study and learn from him still. And
Yeah, like
nowadays you
he
have people like
makes his
Isaac that
combos around one
dialed it
thing.
up to 11. Yeah, and this year I think it's also gonna be like a pretty tight one. You know, there's no clear winners. Who would have thought we'd have two Jet teams, man?
Yeah, but those Japanese teams are crazy. Like,
Yes, Tutu
third,
and
like
Vitória.
Laku,
Yeah,
Fukuro. I mean, this
I
first team is like a Covey, who's else on this Royal Leaf?
It's there was Covey, Fukro, Ennis,
Oh, Ennis, yeah.
yeah, and then like the real Leaf guy, which is
Royal
Samoa.
Leaf, yeah, and like, but this team is strong. It's so strong, but I'm not certain if they will win because FPSBX is also scary.
Yeah, you have teams like FPSB, and then like there's
Right
teams
field.
that are like that doesn't seem as strong that could still like be like some kind of dark horse, you know, like
Yeah.
the Thai team with Wong.
Yeah, this Thai and
with
Vietnam
yeah,
team can destroy for
they
me.
have they have yeah. There's the UPSB team, which is very OP with Padres and Dio.
Yeah, Dio,
So,
wow.
yeah,
Dio is back.
I'm really excited. When is round one, by the way? Because I'm kind of out of the loop, even though I'm a judge.
Sorry?
Round one. When is round one?
Oh, I don't know exactly. I guess it's like 24th of May, something like that.
Oh, so like a week from now or something.
Yeah, something like that. Chinese collab
That's
already out. What you think about it?
oh the Chinese team.
Yeah.
I mean, I watched it once, like doing something else, and I didn't really like pay attention to it. But yeah,
Okay.
I guess they're pretty good, you know. I wouldn't put my money on them, but
Yeah,
maybe, you
I'd
know.
say they will be around 7th or 8th place.
Oh wow! So like, how many teams do we have? Because I know we have the Philippines. I know we
16.
have the. Wow, that's a lot of people, man.
That's a
I think
lot,
this.
and like, but
I think this will
Chinese
probably be
combo is like not that
the
good.
biggest World Cup to date, probably in
Yeah,
in
I
terms
mean
of.
it might be because so many people joined just randomly.
And this will probably be the first competition I don't join in a while, you know. So I'm kind of interested to go back to spectating and
Well,
being more in touch with the, I don't know, like audience side, you know.
uh, okay. I mean, you still got PSO.
Yeah, but that'll be like later, you know. Then but that's also gonna be this year, right?
Yeah, it's this year.
Yeah,
It's
it's
this
not
autumn.
next year. Yeah, with everything that's been happening all around the world,
Yeah.
it's kind of nice. I wonder if that's the reason why so many people joined, you know, because they are also all stuck at home.
Yeah, like so many events.
People don't usually join World Cups like this. I think
I mean, in previous it was like 10 teams or something.
I think the changing criteria where you are allowed to like fuse two boards into one team is definitely really good. Because like
it is really
I'm
good,
sure
but only one team used it.
Oh,
only
you
this
mean like
Vietnam and Thai.
Yeah, the Thai and Vietnam. Well, no, but like we had this in Team World Cup 18 too, you know, where bars.
I mean, this Team World Cup was like fuse 5 boards, and what can go wrong?
No, but like in the sense where like back in the day you only had like one team from FPSB, for example. Nowadays you almost always have two. It's like the second consecutive event where they have like enough people for two of these competitions. And I think that's interesting, you know. It shows like
it is.
Who would have thought Jeb would have sent like two teams while they're having their internal
Japan
tournament,
Cup,
you know, the Japan Cup. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, because they prioritize Japan Cup over World Tournament even.
Yeah.
Which is nice. I mean, yeah, it's nice, but there are so many teams, but I'd say that it's really nice that so many people joined, but I'd say that It's mostly one strong team from the community and the other one is just rookie team.
People there left. Yeah, well, maybe that'll change by the next event, you know? Solely because
imagine
because
two
of the
strong
effort.
teams from Jeb.
Yeah, two strong teams from Jeb would be a problem for anyone.
It would be final Japan versus Japan.
Unless we have another Isaac by then.
Oh yeah.
We can have...
I mean, this Tetora Sututu team is pretty strong as well, and they can go places.
Yeah, I'm not sure, because like these guys, I think they'll burn out really fast, you know, because they are not only on Japan Cup, they are also on the World Cup.
And they are both. Wow.
I'm curious to see how they'll handle it, you know, because if you have one tournament, it's already pretty tiring.
Yeah.
Imagine doing both, man.
Oh, it's too much. Way too much. Like, World Tournament is like 6 rounds and it is tiring. You just run out of material. You don't want to record more stuff.
Yeah. And then, like, in my experience, I kept feeling bad, you know, because I knew I was gonna get bodied by Isaac in the finals, and I was like still trying to do my best and coming up with something at least not like bad, you know. It's really tiring. Like, when it ends, it's like it's like someone removed like a weight from my shoulders, you know.
Yeah. I know. I had something similar in like Polish Championship in 2018 because it was 5 rounds and I was less than 2 years of penspinning and it was so hard to just figure out 5 different combos.
Yeah, I remember your MPR combos.
Yeah, finals was just spam MPR and do some filler because I ran out of material.
Oh, yeah, but that's enough, you know.
Yeah, I mean it was but still
and it's
I know
always,
how it feels to have this.
It's always you and Mosey, you know.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's so strong.
He's also
so strong in skill, but structure-wise, he doesn't really care that much.
When I met him in the WPSA
in China,
he told me like, oh yeah, I'm kind of like, I spent months learning the power passing, and now I want to focus in style. He told me.
Yeah, like he focuses on style right now.
He's pretty stylish. I think he'd do well as a CV spinner, you know.
Sorry.
As a collab video, you know.
Yeah.
Collabs, yeah.
Yeah, like his spinning is suited for collabs.
If only he had a decent camera.
Oh yeah, I mean he has, just that he doesn't give a shit about making a setup, and because if he has to, he can make a really nice setup, but he doesn't necessarily want to. Are
you guys joining the World Cup?
Yeah, we are joining. We've got Polish squad. You haven't heard of it? Yeah, I am. Like, it's me, Mosey, Banan, Sonic, and Izzy.
That's a pretty strong team too, dude. Because like you can take power in 2 hands, I guess.
And yeah, I might.
Izzy is also like he progressed really fast, dude.
Yeah, he's so strong. Sonic as well. Yeah, pretty underground right now, but it might change after this World Cup.
No, I think
it's
you guys
1.5 years, I'd say.
Sonic?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm mixing them up. I'm mixing up Sonic with Izzy because like Izzy was like in World Tournament B, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember him. And then like from his combo from this month's FPSB Expressive was really good. Like I almost didn't recognize him. It
I
changed a
saw
lot.
this combo. Yeah, it was nice. Like his progress is insane because he can do style, he can do some harder tricks.
He's really good, dude. I think it's important like to have this balance, because people people keep saying to like these different kind of spinners, it's nice you can do power, but can't you spin MX? I mean, they can, obviously.
Yeah.
It's just a matter of like transferring skill. It doesn't mean like they can't do it,
Yeah.
So it's nice when you see
like,
people branch out. I think that's also an influence from Enoa, because he like
yes,
had
and Ice Pack.
mastery. Yeah, had mastery over like a lot of different tricks and
Different
he implemented
categories.
Yeah, but that's not like the word I'm looking for. It's like because you have like passes a family, around family.
Yeah.
He was.
Like Mano had this broad mastery, and I think it's important for me. I mean, it's way more fun to try different things, because when you're trying something new, like everything is new to you, so you're learning new tricks pretty fast.
Yeah.
And
I've been messing up with the
better,
stalls, and they are like really addictive.
Yeah.
I've been trying the stalls.
Yeah, they are. I tried them as well.
I feel bad. Like I tell people like, if you see me doing this, like call me out. Like stop doing that.
Why though?
I should focus on other, because like I don't know, like there's still a lot of things to be explored in the stalls. Like you have people like I don't know how to pronounce his nick, but like the French guy, Yeah, I think that's it. And yeah, his are just crazy, He's extremely precise. He's extremely
crazy. His stuff like destroys everyone in stalls.
No, there's no comparison. And then like there's guys like Tabor, who are also doing things, doing different things. So it's nice to see like someone like setting up new frontiers, I guess that's what I mean. But like there's other stuff.
Expanding borders in different trick families.
There's other stuff I want to practice, I was trying the fingerless palm down rounds, and I kind of gave up on it.
They are pretty nice.
Stalling.
Yeah. I mean, it's really cool for me to just try these new tricks families, try all different stuff, because it's way more interesting. And getting only with one trick family and expanding into its to how far you can go with this. It might be nice, but it's boring to do only one thing all the time.
Yeah, that's like kind of like a curse, because I think most people in Penspinning, they kind of like, once they can like do an FS, a freestyle, they like keep doing freestyles and then like always doing freestyles, because like, I mean, it makes sense, you practiced for it.
You're just chilling in your comfort zone.
Yeah, regardless if it's hard or not, you still put time on it, But like when we talk about tournaments and etc., it's like, it's no wonder like there's people that like go far beyond, and then you are always calling them unreachable or like a god in the comment section.
Yeah, but they are reachable, I guess.
No,
I mean, they got to this point, so we can as well.
I mean, if I were to think of like the only unreachable spinner, the only person that comes to mind is, you see, like not even Isaac, because there's people like you and Nine, which are like prodigies. You guys like have the mental, what's the word he always uses, mental framework for pursuing that. But like when I think of Fel,
do we?
And I think like, yeah, and I think of like his clones, they are like nowhere even close,
I mean, like maybe close mindset, but still I don't treat it seriously enough to reach his level.
Yeah,
because like, he's way more serious about it, and I'm just chilling.
I'd say you're way closer to Isaac's level than someone is who pursues like a fell type of spinning is to him, you know?
I
'Cause,
mean,
like
fell type of spinning is bullshit. It's, I mean, those copying this is just making a clown out of you.
yeah,
You
'cause,
just
like
can't.
the problem with the fell kind of thing is like I could make a really bad combo and argue like no, this is like fell style, and then it's really weird because like even to this day we can't really analyze and kind of process what he
Yeah.
did, you know? We can
His
analyze, and
2012 stuff is just
I was
wow.
talking to Isaac about this a couple days ago, and he was like, "What's revolutionary about him is like the idea, you know, the his mindset to approaching the things." So he told me like the whole thing of like planning a combo for months and planning a combo you will only be able to do 3, 4, or 5 months later comes from some interview Fel gave, you know?
Yeah, I saw this interview.
Yeah, I
He was
don't think I saw
saying
that.
like spinners spend too much time on spinning and too little time on just sitting and thinking, just actively thinking about
Yeah,
the new
coming
links,
up
new
with
tricks.
different stuff. Yeah, and I remember he mentioned like most people spend little to no time in innovation, and I spend over half of my time in that, you know?
Yeah.
It's also really important, I think.
But that's the same as Ovia. Like when I saw him, it was like a few other spinners just freestyling, and he was just thinking about new tricks. And you could
Yeah.
see that he was just thinking, and that's where he's at now. He's just so creative, so innovative.
Yeah. It's like when we went to the event in China, you know, and we were all there, like, you know, trying each other's mods, and Isaac was like sitting in the corner with his straw and trying to do like the two
I
hands.
mean,
And I was like,
Isaac
what
was
was
just
that, dude?
he was with a freaking straw. He did this two-handed power pass, and it's like, wow.
I can barely thumb around in a straw.
Yeah. I mean, might be easier to do this two-handed stuff than thumb around, because two-handed stuff has this straw, like you have this contact with fingers all the time, while thumb around has this part of FL motion.
Yeah, I guess it's like a different mechanic, you know.
Yeah, it is.
It's also why I don't get like people normally think like two-handed spinners are like overpowered or like super strong or unreachable, and that's really not true. Like if you put your mind and like if you really actively try, like we that are like kind of old, we get stuck in the comfort zone, you know, like keep FSing all the time.
Yeah,
If you
I
had
get.
like the proper discipline to like force yourself not to do, and then like do just like Isaac, where he trains,
Yeah, just
he
get out of
practices
your
every
comfort
time he
zone
can.
and try different
It's
stuff.
really it's really not because like when you say that like living out of your comfort zone, it seems like it's something like really hard to do, and it's not like the hard part has nothing to do with pen spinning itself. It's discipline, you know, because like the trial
Yeah,
and
it
error
is.
basis,
Plus,
you already go
also,
through.
not everyone wants to just treat it as something serious.
Yeah,
Like, you get
exactly.
me?
Because like you can probably have some prodigy that will come in the next few years and be at this insane level, but his I don't think he'll have the same approach, you know, that someone like
Yeah,
Fel or
same like Regis was. Like, he was super strong, but eventually he fell off.
and it's like I was also talking to him like there's no reward, you know, to pursuing something this strongly with very little payoff. Like if you think about the trip for China is like the one of the biggest things you can get from pen spinning.
Yeah,
There's
it
not
is.
there's not much else, you know.
True. I mean, if you enjoy this, then for me it's pretty fun. And what I get from it is just every day I can just reset, leave my school or something, and go spin for a while to just reset, have some fun, like
Yeah,
more of this
it's also
hobby thing.
it has a different meaning for each person.
Okay, so I was curious, what's your more general aim in pen spinning, like this life message in spinning, like who's your biggest inspiration, and like if you're spinning, you've got this like message, everyone has one.
I mean, I'm not sure, because like it's something really weird. There's nothing you can really compare pen spinning to, even amongst other juggling forms and manipulation stuff. It's like it's still pretty niche and pretty like how can I say, like people will be they will disregard it as something that's like really small and like kind of stupid, kind of waste of time. And like when I tell people about the thing from China, they are like, I can't believe you. No, you're kidding me. Nah, that's not true. So like I think the most important thing is like showing it's like nothing is really useless.
Oh, true,
Nothing is really
true.
like a waste of time if you enjoy it and like
Facts.
if it makes you happy,
Yeah, I guess like if it's just your hobby and if you enjoy spinning, then it's not really that useless.
Yeah, exactly. And also there's like there are skills for real life you can learn from pen spinning, like the discipline or like don't giving up on your dreams.
Kinda true.
If you bash your hand against the wall long enough, it'll eventually crack,
Yeah. I mean, if you haven't learned this stuff in other ways, then I guess
Yeah.
it's pretty good
Then
to
I
learn it
guess
here.
it's pretty good.
Yeah, it is. And like, who's your biggest inspiration? Like, who you copy the most, follow?
Oh man, that's really tough because like uh if I were to say my favorite spinner nowadays, probably Ponkoto.
Oh yeah.
I think his style is pretty neat. There's a lot of things I stole from him, but I really liked like Ivabra back in the day. His style also appealed to me a lot, and people like Kira from OGB and Mosan, which is the Nile nowadays. Wow, it's been a lot of years, man.
Japan First is unwatchable right now, but its legacy is so important. Like, without this, we wouldn't have this 2020 spinning.
No, that's for sure. That's true. The thing that like people expand and like the next generations they expand even further on top of what's been presented before. It's true for a lot of things. Science.
Yeah,
music,
I mean, it has to evolve.
And art, a lot of things. But like, I don't think that like the Japan CVs they are like classics. They will never be like.
Yeah, they are fucking classic.
Like
yeah.
that,
You can't forget like Japan Eighth or something.
Yeah, because like you can argue like they are bad for nowadays standards, but that would be like anachronic, like it's analyzing something
True.
from the wrong lens.
They aren't as good material wise, but the legacy of like Japan First is insane.
Yeah, and like not only that, because like the idea for these CVs it like changed a lot throughout the years. Like back in the day, the Japan CVs you like were expecting like high level world tournament level combos for these CVs, and nowadays they focus more on a different kind of experience, where they create like atmosphere with the editing and music.
Yeah, like this style, but also this Ocha and K transfer.
Yeah, that's also like it became a lot more professional in a sense.
Yeah, it definitely. Like I saw a video where Japan 15th was just played on some billboard in the city.
Yeah, you know, that's
It's suited because
unimaginable for
it's
us.
so well produced.
Yeah, that's like unimaginable for us here, like, 'cause there's like 15 active spinners here in my country, to say the most,
Yeah.
and in Jab you probably have thousands of people in their community we don't even know about, you know.
For sure,
So it's like really crazy to think about it.
It is.
And PSH, like, they can have the same thing, you know, they can have their collabs playing in in theaters and we wouldn't even know or hear about it.
Yeah, because Fire, well,
Really
I mean, it's
crazy.
funny how they clone them. They're just making copies of themselves because they don't have access to YouTube. So they just
I'm sure
their
someone like
material is so limited.
I'm sure someone like uploads like World Tournament videos or something to their YouTube or whatever.
Probably
but like
they
it's
do, but
still
still, it's still like 5% of all Penspinning videos,
yeah, exactly,
even
you know?
less.
Because I stumbled upon a video a while ago about from Left Finger, and then that's like 5 years ago or something like that, where he showed the moonwalk power pass, you know, and it's something like, oh, you know, I had seen this video before, but I didn't remember them, and then like I imagined like it's a pretty like unknown video, you know. The PSH guys, they don't really have access to this unless someone uploads it
like
to them.
they don't have that many various videos, and what you need is just see different stuff.
Yeah, and it's also really weird.
They can't see it because they don't have YouTube, unless some VPNs and stuff.
And it's also really weird because like the same country that's like pretty closed off to pen spinning is also the country where the dude like gets paid 10,000 yuan or something to spin the Zigao pens in events, you know. It's really weird. And they have like thousands and thousands of followers in their social media, even though like pen spinning
you
is
haven't
like
heard of them because this is internal social media.
No, but we met them, dude. You know, when we went there.
Yeah, but just some of those only.
No, yes, yeah, only some of those, but like the fact that there's like more than one guy with millions of followers in social media.
Oh yeah, this guy, yeah, this French guy.
Yeah, and his main thing in the social media pen spinning is like unbelievable. Like if you were to tell this to someone, at least here in Brazil, they'd be like, "Yeah, you're kidding me." I get people asking me, people that don't practice, they like ask me, how many people in the world do you think practice this? And then I'm like, there's not like a number I can say. So I'm like, well, less than you think, but more than you think as well.
Yeah, I mean, it's way more than you think. Like, he's got so many followers in Japan, I mean, in China. And it's only him. I mean, Nope has got so many followers as well.
Yeah, Nope as well. But like Nope is understandable because he's also famous in other kind of manipulations, you know.
Oh yeah, this cardistry.
The cardistry, yeah, he's pretty famous there.
And his videos are so professional. Like, they are well produced.
Yeah, I knew people that like knew Nope, knew who he was, but like didn't know he was a pen spinner, you know. Which is really crazy.
I mean, it is, but at the same time, like, his live message was make pen spinning look professional, and I guess that applies also to this cardistry trick. So they might have only seen him doing cardistry, but his videos look so great that you can know him only for this.
Because if you think about it, the cardistry is like of course, I'm not part of their community, but the way I see it is like they are way more professional than our community
Well,
is.
I'm not that familiar with this community.
Yeah, I'm not that familiar, but like the way, from what I've seen, the videos and like the talk, for example, he wants to make pen spinning more professional, probably because he realized cardistry is something like, in a sense, very similar as in the like a manipulative art and the video process, where you like record whatever you want to show.
Yeah.
So I I wonder like if he'll be able to do it like with pen spinning, because like
and
there's
he's
a
doing
lot
it so well.
of structural things with have to change, to analyze. Uh, First, the fact that he like that the mods he projects, he designs, and he sells are like really cheap in relation to the price.
They are, yeah.
And they are like some of the best, if not the best, pre-made mod parts you can get out there. Really say something, There's room
like
for this to grow.
his own pen mods factory.
Exactly, So like I think there's room to grow. We just have to figure out how,
Yeah, and we'll do it. Make pen spinning great again.
Yeah, that I don't think that like pen spinning was never great, so you can't make it great again.
Oh yeah, so we'll just make it great. I mean, we could probably, but at the same time, it's for me the reason why it's not that mainstream is that it's too hard. People give up too easily.
Yeah, in a sense, because like I was thinking about it, because like we got a really big flux of beginners in our community here in Brazil, and then like the Brazil Pen Spinning channel, which is the store and where he usually posts like Portuguese tutorials. He went from 3,000 subscribers to like 50,000 subscribers in a month.
Wow.
Yeah, so like with this quarantine, I think that's crazy, dude. We actually got overwhelmed by the amount of people joining the community.
Yeah, but at the same time, like they will quit so soon because you have to put too much time to get too little effect if you only care about the outcome. Yeah,
from what I've seen, like if we got like an influx of like in our group, because like in the YouTube channel it's a different thing, like not everyone watches, not everyone comments, but like in the group we have like which is a group where there's like the more experienced guys, and it's aimed towards beginners, so they can ask questions and whatnot. It's kind of similar to the workshop,
and answer same questions over and over.
Yeah, so like we had like 100 people in that group, and then like now a month later we have like 200. So like 100 of these 100 people that like got in, if we were to say like 20 of them stuck around for at least 1 year or 2 years,
it's
that's like a new generation,
Yeah, it is. Like the thing is so small that 20 people from one board, it is a new generation.
Yeah, So like if these 20 guys they keep up, it's like it's also like really satisfactory, because like in the beginning it's really messed up where they like spam things and then talk about things that are not like related to pen spinning or not. But then these days we were like, hey, we were like talking about, hey, I'm actually glad with how this group effort to help beginners turned out, because like if we just leave them there right now, they'll talk about pen spinning, they'll ask like, oh, does someone have any idea what I can do after a Sonic? And then another beginner will like answer him and say, oh, I do this, and then they'll be like, oh, thanks, So this is kind of rewarding as well,
Yeah, it is. Like this community is growing on its own because you help them.
Yeah, I mean, that's also I'd say that's also one of the things that makes me like happy. I actually joined, and makes me think about like when I was a beginner, was I like this, and how much I actually owe to the people that like helped me.
Oh
And
yeah.
that's probably
And
the
now you
reason I
help
stuck
those
around.
beginners, and yeah.
I think that's really important as well. I think a hobby's initiative to create the workshop server and to create like
Yeah.
this environment where it's like, I'd say safe, and like proactive to growth and helping is really important to pen spinning as well. Because like the biggest issue we have, and that's something I wanted to touch upon in the documentary. I'm not sure if I'll be able to. Is like pen spinning. You actually like require a certain skill for you to actually integrate the community and even like talk to people and learn certain tricks, because like there's no tutorials, or the tutorials will only be in English, or something like that.
True,
There's
like,
a lot of
they're only in
barriers.
English, and if you don't speak English, it might be hard.
Exactly, even though like I still tell them like you don't really need to pay attention to what he's saying if you can mimic the movement he's showing. If you can understand
True,
visually,
but it's way easier when you understand.
Yeah, he already has like 50%, instead of 100% of a way to understand, so it'll be a little harder. And then there's like the issue of like you come into this community and then there's these guys spinning these batons, and then you have to buy like the pen he says you have to buy, and it costs like X amount of cash. It's like also really, I'm not sure on the word in English, like unmotivating, dismotivating. I'm not sure.
Yeah, demotivating maybe.
Yeah. There's all.
But
all
at
these
the
kinds
same
of
time,
things.
compared to other hobbies, it's not that expensive, I'd say.
No, it's not, because like something someone brought up is like, dude, there's this pen you can buy to practice, and it costs here in Brazil it's like 25 reais, which is something like $4 nowadays.
Yeah, so like, bro.
So it's like if you think about it, like when I started, if I wanted like a decent pen, I'd have to or create my own with the crappy pens I can find here, or buy it from Penwish or another store from overseas and paying like in a currency that's like worth a lot more than mine, and then wait a month for it to be delivered. Nowadays
yeah,
these dudes they have more access and they have more resources for these kinds of stuff.
Yeah,
So
they definitely do.
in a way,
Because,
it's also
it
easier.
evolved.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's way easier to start right now.
I tell them like I didn't have these things when I first started. You guys are actually pretty okay in regards, because like if you wanted a console, you'd buy like you'd pay for shipping, and you'd pay the same amount you pay nowadays for a better mod. You can get. It's really weird, man.
Yeah, I mean it's good because it's evolving, and because back in times when you were starting, Penspinning wasn't that popular in Brazil, so there wasn't a reason why there should be a store in Brazil selling pennuts.
I mean, it's because like we already, there wasn't the store, because like he didn't have the site yet, but he was already one of the biggest pen collectors out there probably. So like if you wanted something, you could probably reach him. And back in the day,
I mean,
yeah,
that's nice as well.
We also had the forum, just like any other place, and people just didn't use it anymore. So we had to move on, which is also something I think like it's really important to pen spinning culture, because having these centralized places with information and then like where like because like the problem nowadays is like for example, the beginners here in Brazil, they like ask a question, and then like after 1 minute, if no one has answered, they'll like ask again, and they'll inquire why no one is answering them, in like 30 seconds. And we get really pissed off by that. We say like, dude, back in my day, no one would answer your questions because you had like a forum where you could go and like spend the whole day reading, getting information. You can hang on, you can wait a little.
Yeah, just little bit of effort to look for your own, search for stuff instead of just giving up after not getting answer immediately.
That's really bad, But like we have like one of the rules of the server is like you're not supposed to like I'm not sure how to say this in English. You're not supposed to keep asking, hey, can someone answer me? Hey, answer me.
Yeah.
So we made that one of the rules because like it seems like it's a generational problem, Nowadays people, as I was saying, like you had the forum, so if I had anything I wanted to know, I would check the forum first, And nowadays they want like fast information and like direct answer.
Yeah.
And I think that that also plays
it's just
a big part
right now. I mean, it's besides Penspinning, it's still an issue.
Yeah, I also think that plays a part on how they approach Penspinning in general, because like if they want the answer right away, if someone like wants that like kind of immediate reward, for saying like Penspinning is really not the thing for them, because like it requires dropping the pen 1,000 times before you actually land something
later. I mean, you can get instant rewards when you just enjoy the process of spinning instead of just the outcome, but this takes time as well. And it's not for everyone.
It's something you also have to learn,
True. So, like, what message would you leave for this new generation?
Patience.
Yeah.
I mean, that thing I said before, like if you bash your head against the wall long enough, it will eventually crack, Pen spinning is the same. Like it can seem extremely complicated at times, even for us, where like, in a sense, seasoned practitioners, but it's also like much easier than it actually looks for you to like pick the pen and do a combo, so like you gotta find that balance, between the amount of effort you put and the amount of progress you actually want to have, I guess.
Yeah. That's nice. Okay, so I guess we can just finish here. Thank you so much for coming here.
Thank you. My pleasure, dude. I hope you're staying safe there and your family safe as well.
I hope you're staying safe too. Stay safe, all of it.